Hello, everybody. Welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am the Outback Owl.
I'm hot for justice.
I'm Chibi Noob.
And I'm NV Jitters.
And we're back with a new show this week because people didn't like my show from last week. We're watching Zombieland Saga this time around. And how did we describe this before?
Envy.
I mean, a girl dies. She becomes a zombie. He's recruited by Okabe to form an idol group of people across different eras to become a zombie idol group.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Gonna be honest with you, I did not get Okabe because I watched the dub.
Well, yeah, he's the sub voice actor, and yeah.
I will say this. I found him to be the best part of the whole show. Which,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
not
if that
surprised.
makes it a good show for an idol group when the most interesting part is not the idol group.
Yeah, makes sense.
So what would we like to talk about in this? Our overall impression of it, or should we just go into the plot?
I mean, do we want to, give our overall impressions first, so that way, while we're talking about it, our responses at least sort of make sense?
I guess so. Chibi, would you like to
Okay.
start?
Okay, yeah, so this is a nay for me.
Okay.
Not that probably anyone is surprised. But my whole thing is okay, so my whole thing is if I'm gonna watch something that's sort of horror-esque and kind of goofy and just
I did not get a
supposed to
lot
be-
of a horror vibe here.
it's supposed to be cutesy horror is how I'm going to describe it. But it's kind of I need to be in the right kind of mood or mindset for watching something like this. Right now, I'm not really in the mood to watch anything that's kind of cutesy. Not that this was
Weird,
super
because
cutesy.
I thought you were one of the ones who loved Tokyo Mew Mew.
I do love Tokyo Mew Mew, but the cutesiness was not what I liked about it.
Okay.
Tokyo Mew Mew has other things that I liked about it. This, I guess it's just that it gives off a different kind of vibe that I was just I need to be in the mood for something that is just off the wall for me to fully enjoy it. And right now I'm just not in the mood or mindset for something like this.
Okay.
Especially with death kind of being kind of a major overarching theme for the show.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't choose the best time to watch this show.
So I would think maybe if I were to watch it again in October, I might like it a bit more, or actually want to watch it a bit more. But the only thing I can say that I really actually liked about it was the opening. So that was my thing. I like the song,
opening is really
and I
good.
like the animation for that. The
I
animation
didn't
is
like
really
the
good.
animation so much.
I mean, I liked it. It was kind of an uncanny kind of cute, but that
I
was
didn't
just
like
me.
that. And it's not like it's badly animated. I think it's just the art style for me didn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
The Uncanny Valley thing that you said kind of. I don't even know if it's Uncanny Valley. It's
Well, I didn't say it was Uncanny Valley. It's just uncanny that
yeah, uncanny.
something like zombies is being drawn in a cute sort of Love Live kind of style.
Well, I don't know. There was just something off about all of them to begin with. I don't know if the heads and eyes were just too big and the hands were just too small. And I mean, again, the manager looks fine, but all the girls look it's I get that they're all supposed to be cute, but there are certain aspects that are exaggerated in anime to make people cute, but I feel like they did it just a little bit too much, and it just got weird for me. Every girl in this show looks a little off to me.
I think with them being zombies, that might be sort of the point. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, but they're just supposed to look like people when they're not zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Or when they're, makeup and stuff. I don't know. It's just
Is it the lack of a nose?
that's
Because
probably
the nose
part
is
of it.
very tiny.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
a dot.
I liked the art style. Like, I thought it was cute.
Their eyes are bigger than their hands. It's weird to me.
I think the only part of the art style that I didn't like is whenever they did the CGI, like, dance thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
Yeah, it doesn't get any better, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The CGI hated that. Awful. Bad thing.
Well, I will say a lot of idol shows definitely use the CGI animation for the dances, so
Yeah. It was jarring.
it's a thing.
It's like, I'm gonna come out and say it. I binged all 12 episodes last weekend because I got nothing else better to do, and yeah, the
think that's
animation
more of a
I
you
didn't
problem.
mind it. Oh yeah, I know, but yeah, they for some reason they only do the CGI just for their main performances. Like no other CG is used except for that. So I don't know if that was a budgetary thing or
It's not
they
a
wanted to-
budgetary thing. I think it's more that because they now have the technology, like, it's more like Miku Miku Dance, which was a program that people basically used for, like, programming movement for, like, dance numbers for, like, songs to put to videos.
yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
Source Filmmaker or something, right?
A little bit,
Yeah,
yeah,
but like,
for
but
Vocaloids.
like, if they would have mixed it in a lot better, like Tiger and Bunny did with their CGI, how they mixed it in with the 2D. Now, granted, I wasn't thrilled with the 3D and Tiger and Bunny either, but like,
Isn't
the 3D
this a
and
lot
Tiger
more
and Bunny is
recent
a
than
lot
that?
better.
The thing with that is just the fact that they're animating robots, not just regular human bodies.
Yeah,
And
except
yes,
when they
this
got the
came out in
Fire Emblem.
2018.
So,
Yeah, so this is like about 8 years older and should be 8 years of better technology than Tiger and Bunny.
I'ma just say it. The idol dancing in any show that, or any clip of it I've ever seen, it never quite looks good to me. But that's just a me thing, because I don't really enjoy when you break away from the style that you've been using to do something else, and it's
No.
only used for that.
I'm with you
I mean,
on
this is
that.
the
That's-
first Idol
it's-
show that
yeah.
This is the first Idol show I've ever seen, so I can't really
I mean,
compare.
I've seen it used a good bit and stuff like, and granted I haven't like really watched Love Live, but when I've seen like little clips of like their dances, it's what they do. So anyway, what's everyone else's impressions?
It's okay.
Okay.
Like, I'm honestly probably a meh on this whole thing. I don't even know if I'm a positive or a negative meh, because, like, there's parts of the show that I enjoy. I enjoyed the manager. He is wonderfully over the top and psychotic almost. And I liked the cop that they keep running into. I feel like he's going to turn into the cabbage guy of the whole show.
Ah,
LOL.
But that was pretty
my
much it.
cabbages!
I mean,
granted, we haven't had a lot of time to really meet the characters yet in these 3 episodes, and they're just kind of thrust into this thing. But at the same time, it's also like, of what I've seen so far, they're not that interesting.
I will say this though, and maybe I'm spoiled because I just watched the show and it's still fresh in my mind, but they do develop the characters a lot more, particularly in the back half of the series, and they actually do a lot of situations with the characters that is way more adult and way more advanced than I thought for this genre, considering the topic of the show.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, it's about girls who are dead, and they're young girls who are dead. We're gonna get into some heavy topics, is kind of how I was going into thinking about it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
you don't have an intro that's kind of like getting your main character getting hit by a car and not have like some more mature
Set to death
topics
metal.
that
That
you're
was
gonna
fun.
address. Yeah. But
Well, like they actually explain like some of the characters how they died in their past, and some of the episodes are solely dedicated to them trying to overcome their past traumas and accepting how they passed away and them trying to move on, and I guess in the afterlife. So
Great, but the question is really, do we want to spend all our time trying to get to the good part of the show?
Sometimes
I will say this though. I mean, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say sometimes the journey there is not worth getting to the good stuff. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
I think this is the same thing that we ran into a little bit last week because, like, I thought that the journey was worth it for Katanagatari, but I understand how a lot of people didn't want to go on it because it is a long journey. I'm on the fence a little bit as to whether I want to go on this journey because, again, there are some parts that I find funny and enjoyable, and there's other parts where I'm just kind of bored.
I have a question.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, the
Yes.
whole reason why the show took off in the first place, at least back in 2018, was because after episode 2 with the rap, that was when it was trending. Like, what is this shit?
Yeah, and I get that.
Yeah, I have a question that's also a spoiler.
Yes.
When do they get to... Well, I'll just be very vague about it. When do they get to Lily's thing?
Oh, I think I already know what this is.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
And I think I know exactly what you're talking about because that's what I was talking about, stuff with, like, being way more mature than I thought.
Oh, I think I've
Who's
seen
Lily?
a post about this on Tumblr.
She's the
Is she the
little
hooker?
girl.
No.
She's the
not
tiny
that.
one with the blue hair.
Okay. Child death. Fun.
Yes, but it's not in the way that you think she does.
Okay, I did not say fun to be serious.
No,
Yeah.
it's just the subject matter that I remember from seeing from that post about that episode. It's just it's a topic that will probably be good for discussion, I think. But anyway, Envy, I assume you like it.
I mean,
Yeah, we assume
Yeah,
this is
I
a
mean,
gig
I-
for
I
you.
kinda-
You just watched the whole series.
Yeah.
well, I originally watched it because I wanted to catch up with it, and then I just kind of got hooked to it a little bit. I mean, I don't love the show. I have some issues with it, but I can also see why people aren't into it because it is kind of a hard thing to explain casually. Like, it's a group of zombies that come back to life and form an idol group. It's nothing.
Speaking
know,
of, should we talk about the plot a little bit? I mean, you kind of said how the whole show begins with her getting run over by a car, truck, semi, something like that. But you know, then she wakes up. I believe they said she woke up 10 years later as a zombie in
Yes.
a mansion. And
Yeah, she died in 2008 and she was resurrected in 2018.
But
Okay.
her body was very well preserved.
All of their bodies are well preserved. Isn't the hooker from like centuries ago?
I forget what century in Japan she's from, but it was
She
way
was
before.
around when the shogunate was still a thing.
Yeah.
So,
That's
long
a
while
while.
ago. But,
I know the girl with the like the long hair. She's from the 90s.
Yeah,
The
she keeps
one
talking
with
about
the gray hair.
Tamagotchis.
Yeah. the one with the gray hair is from the 80s. The little girl was from the 2000s. And the other one I think was also from the 90s. They were both idols, so that's
no. Okay, so I do remember at least one of them being there from around 2008.
Okay.
So,
Well, yeah, because I'm just going to call them by their numbers. Number 1, because I don't remember their names. Number 1 was liked the one idol girl whenever she died.
zombie number 3.
Yeah, zombie number 3.
Yeah. So, I think her name was I.
I
something
what?
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the one
Was-
with the...
It was zombie number 3.
Yeah, it was the idol.
Gav was zombie number 3?
I...
Yeah, you.
yeah, I see what you're doing there.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what?
Anyway.
I'm the dad of the group. I get to make dad jokes.
Okay. Moving on. Gav, give us your impressions so far.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
Like-
that's where like most of us are. We're it's okay.
And then
like,
there's
it's-
me.
Like, it's not... it's not terrible. I thought it was kind of funnier when they were doing the whole, like, rap versus, like, death metal, like, thing where their style changed each, like, performance. I thought that would have been funnier than, like, actually becoming, like, an idol group.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But, yeah.
So it's like an okay-ish for you then. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we just spent like how long?
15 minutes.
Talking just about our general opinions. Let's get into the plot.
Well, yeah, I was starting on that a little bit. Yeah, she gets hit by a car. She wakes up. There's a bunch of zombies around. And, of course, you're going to freak out and run out of there. Mm-hmm. But then she goes outside in the rain and all the makeup comes off. Turns out she's a zombie. Then the cop shoots her. And some dude in sunglasses in the middle of the night bats the cop over the head with the shovel. Takes her. I got the hiccups all of a sudden as soon as I started talking. I hate it. Drags her back to the manor. And is like, hey, you're a zombie. And you're going to be a pop idol group to save the Saga prefecture. And he's like, well, that's never going to work. He's like, you're going to make it work. You have a gig tomorrow. So then they're all there. They're all made up to look like living beings.
Yes. But at this point, let's all just point out that she is the only one who has any like sense of what she's doing. The rest of them are all just kind of ambling about.
Yeah, they're full zombie.
Eating dried squid legs.
Yeah, they like squid for some reason.
I don't know. Oh, but there's a cute puppy.
There is a zombie dog as well, yes.
I love the dog.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, they do a performance. They headbang and scream, which is all you need for death metal, I suppose. Plus, they can headbang better than anyone else because technically their necks aren't attached.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, everyone likes them. They get a couple fans who, like, I'll say this, the dialogue is kind of fun with, like, some of the side characters and stuff. They go home, rinse and repeat for the next performance of the next day, and, you know, everyone wakes up for episode 2, and they're like, what are we doing? You're an idol group. And it's like, what? Why? And they try to escape and get... I don't know how to describe this. Rap catcalled?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 dudes get out of a car and start, like, walking behind them. Kind of just rapping about them while they're just, like, right there instead of actually talking to them. It's like, hey, yo, there's 3 cute girls. Maybe we should talk to them. Maybe we should do a thing. It's like, how about you, like, it's weirder that you're talking about them in front of them as opposed to just talking to them.
It's weird that, like, they're even, like, just rapping about them while they're just standing there.
But then, the saving grace of the scene is the cop who shows up to save the day, and he starts rapping at the rappers. I'm like, who are you, and why are you perfect for every scene that you're in? But yeah, they see their zombies, and they're like, oh no, and they run away, and everyone goes back to the manor, and they're like, well, guess we can't go out from now on unless we have all our makeup that the manager learned about in Hollywood. And the manager's a whole thing. He screams every other line or goes crazy. I'm going to say this. He's the best person because I guarantee you, the dude doing his voice, don't have his name offhand, but the dude doing his voice was having so much fun in that booth. I guarantee you. If you haven't seen...
the manager?
Yeah, if you haven't seen the dub, obviously the sub's probably good too. They got Okabe's voice actor and whatnot, but
they're both very good.
The dub guy, he's also just like... He knows what kind of show he's in. And he is living that up.
Yeah, I had watched this before. I had watched 2 episodes subbed, and then I had started over again today and watched all of the 3 episodes we were to watch dubbed.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard it in both, and it's very good in both.
Yeah. It's always just like that one character who just gets to do whatever they want and have a ball with it. And I'm going to say, the main girl, number 1, whatever her name is, she is a good foil for him, like a good straight man, kind of reacting
No
to his
nonsense.
insanity.
No nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, she's more practical than he is.
I don't even know if it's practical. She's just like has no idea what's going on. She's just like, what is happening? Why is it happening? Why is it happening to me? And you know, I can't blame her. You know, put in a
Yeah.
situation like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then they go to a local talent show or something, and they rap about things because the biker chick is like mean or whatever, and they're like, we're zombies, and they rap about being zombies because someone's head popped off, and you know, you gotta play it off like it's totally normal, and
Right.
do stuff like that, and they kill it, obviously. There was something about the birth rate of Japan. And yeah, they went home again after that. Rinse and repeat. Next day, that's like, all right, you're gonna do a gorilla performance now. It's like, what does that mean? It means you're gonna be dancing and doing stuff in public, and no one, you know, knew it was gonna happen, but it happened anyway, and they do it. And like, there's always a little element of the performance that goes wrong or gets screwed up, but then they rally and save the day. I'm assuming that's what the majority of idol shows are anyway. Just
Repeat
like
that, I'm sorry.
they, if I'm correct here in assuming that this is following what, again, I assume is the formula of idol shows, it basically goes, here's some shenanigans in the beginning, time to practice for the performance, we practice for the performance, now it's time to do the performance, something goes wrong, but then we rally and save the day with yada yada yada. Like, the sudden rap battle was the thing that saved the day with their talent show performance. The zombie suddenly screaming and headbanging was the thing that rallied and saved them at the death metal concert. This gorilla performance thing, someone forgets the words they were supposed to say, and they screw up and they freeze, and then the two girls who actually know what they're doing show up and just pick up, and then that's when they rally and they save the day. I'm assuming that's basically just going to be the formula every time.
I mean, it really depends on what exactly is going on, but usually, yeah, that's about it.
I don't know what else to really say about that. The performances were okay. They're fine. I'd like the rap battle. Sure. I'm sure the first time that first was like came out, I'm sure it was like interesting. People were like, whoa, I've never seen this. This is weird. Maybe I've just seen better rap battles. I don't know.
I mean, I thought the rapping in Devilman Crybaby was better.
Yeah.
True.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The only, like, reason I think I would continue to watch this is to see how they handle, like, the issue in episode 7.
Okay, I made a mistake. It's episode 8. I looked it up. It's episode
Okay, so we
8.
gotta wait even
Okay.
longer.
Then episode 8. So, like, I might just go ahead and skip and watch that episode on my own.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna do that. I mean, I'm gonna leave it a little bit up to you guys of like whether we continue this or not. I'm kind of a nay on this. I'm
I
more
mean,
of
I
a
already
meh,
watched
but if
the
we're
whole
going
thing,
for like, should we continue,
So-
should we not? I'm gonna say no.
I'm also a nay. Well,
I mean, it's
not
kind of
that
the
I
same
don't-
situation.
Not that I wouldn't want to see the episode when we finally got to it. It's just, I feel like I would prefer to watch it more as like a standalone thing. So like I could just like see what the episode talked about rather than like actually like fully watch the series when I'm not really that invested.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of the problem, I think, is just investment sometimes is difficult in certain shows, especially with like a large cast. And this isn't even that large of a cast, but it's like,
No.
I mean, I know it's kind of too late now. You guys all voted nay, but I will say this though, in the show's defense, as the series goes on, they do develop the characters a lot, and you do feel attachment toward them. At least I did. Maybe I'm just
No, I'm
like
sure
that, but
they
I
do.
don't know.
I don't think you can have an ensemble show without developing your cast. And I understand why it's not like the number one priority in the first 3 episodes. But at the same time, I need something to cling to. It's like, if I'm not going to cling to the characters, I need to cling on to the situations that they're in. And some of them are okay. They're funny whenever they're like avoiding being found out as zombies, like with the cop, or if the manager's going crazy again. Those are fun, but they comprise about 10% of the episodes. There's like, if we're gonna compare it to something that maybe we have already watched, I kind of think of it a bit like Kanata no Astra. Very easy to invest in that, even though you don't get a whole lot of character development right away, because the situation is very interesting and it keeps you engaged. Mm-hmm. I think the only way that I could stay engaged with this show without character is if I was really into idol shows, which I'm not.
I also feel that if this was about the girls being zombies and not, like, if instead of being like an idol group, they were looking for something else, like, I don't know, say this was, instead of an idol show, maybe more like a sci-fi fantasy kind of show, and they're trying to, like, find a way to regenerate, like, what little bits of their bodies have, like, degraded. Like,
I think there might have been a show like that where some dude was a zombie and he was living in a house with a person who resurrected him, and there was a vampire ninja and a magical girl who gave him her chainsaw power. Yeah.
Kore wa zombie desu ka?
I think I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of that at one point.
Is this a zombie?
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
That sounds like what you're looking for a little bit.
Well, yeah, I would, not that I can't see myself watching this, but yeah, I would probably like it a lot more if I were more into idol shows. But also, I feel like, at least for me, it's not quite hitting the mark for what I want with a show that has, like, a weird sci-fi element.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me.
No, I'm in agreement with you.
But, so, it's a nay then, unanimously? Well, not unanimously, but...
I think unanimous
it's
enough.
a yay. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter, but like it's a yay technically, but also I can understand why people would dislike it. So, kind of in the same boat that I was in last week.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it, so it's not like a huge loss for you that you don't get to watch it for the next couple of weeks.
I mean, unless we want to just, unless you three just want to watch episode 8 and then do like a mini yay or mini episode next week talking about what we thought of it.
I was gonna ask about that. You guys
that.
can do that if you want. I'm probably not
sure.
gonna. But yeah, we can set aside a little bit of time next week for you guys to discuss that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so because I feel like we haven't, like, we've talked about it, but it's like, what were like was there any individual things that people really liked in this? I think we've talked in kind of broad strokes, but like,
I liked Saki, who is the, like, biker leader person. I, thought she was cool. Yeah.
Like I said, for me, like, the thing I liked the most was the opening. Like, it was just, I really liked how it was done. I liked the song, and that was just me. That was it.
The opening, it was cool.
I don't remember it that well.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, like, after watching episode 1, that I was just like, okay, let's get into episode 2. And then that opening came on, I'm like, oh, I really like this. They should have showed me this in the first episode.
And I love,
that have
too,
made
how,
it a
like,
yay
90%...
What?
Would that have made it a yay for you?
No, but I would have liked to have seen it a lot sooner.
I just love how, like, 90% of that OP, like, the visuals have nothing to do with the show at all. Like, they turn into Power Rangers and
They turn into
stuff
Power
like
Rangers.
that.
I was gonna ask
There's a
about
bunch
that.
of zombies dancing. I don't know. I thought it was more fun and just kind of colorful.
Yeah.
And that song was just real good to listen to.
And funny enough too, they do this a lot in Japan, especially with like musical shows. But like the singers are the Japanese voice actresses that voice all the girls.
Right. I mean, they do that with a lot of sports animes too. So, like
Yeah.
there are like certain
The voice actors are
openings.
also playing sports.
No, they sing the openings.
They sing the
And-
openings, they sing the endings. Because I know at least for free, Makoto's voice actor, was the lead singer of the band that did both of the openings for season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
And then for the endings, the main 5 boys, like, they were all singing the ending songs for both seasons as well.
Yeah. I had every single version of the ending song.
You guys are really nuts into Free back then.
Yeah, we were.
Hello?
We're
I
here.
cut out. Did you hear all of what I said?
About
Yeah, the
Free?
stuff about Free.
Okay, cool. Because I'm like, I don't know if they heard me.
Oh yeah, we were
Usually
saying that
do.
we were nuts into Free back then.
Oh, yeah. We were. I've kind of
Yeah.
fell out of it, though. I don't really have, like, an interest in watching anything else after season 2, though.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know why.
Envy, I have one question for you about this.
And what might that be?
Okay, so because I'm not going to watch the rest of this, and maybe this is a spoiler, so I'm going to put a spoiler warning if this is the case. If not, then don't worry about it. Okay, first off, what's the manager's name again?
Oh, I had it pulled up, the Wikipedia, and hold on.
It's
Okay, the
Kotaro.
manager.
Okay, yeah.
Did he kill number 1?
No. Okay,
Okay.
do you
I thought we
guys
were having
care?
a bit
Do
of
you guys
a-
care?
I don't care.
What?
I thought we were about to have like a Niles Calder situation.
No, do you guys want me to spoil his connection to Sakura?
Sure.
Number 1.
I mean, sure.
Why not?
Go for it.
Let
It
me guess,
turns
they fall in love
out
at the end.
No. It turns out that he was a classmate of Sakura when they were both in middle school, since they were the same age back in 2008.
Makes sense.
He had a crush on her.
Oh.
And so, well, then she died.
Oh.
And turns out he pulled this entire thing. It turns out Sakura has really bad self-esteem issues, and so she always thinks that she's bad luck. Like, everything she tries to do, she messes up by either sheer luck or, like, sheer mistakes. And so she was about to give up on life, and she decided, you know what, I'll try one more time to get something going in my life. And she saw one of the idols that died in the past in the show, and she said, you know what, the idol life, that could be something for me. So she decided, you know what, I'm going to try and be an idol. And that was when we saw her, get hit by a truck when she was about to mail her idol. But then the manager, I shit you not, he literally resurrected all the people, all the zombies,
Yeah,
put
just
this whole
slap some
concoction
science juice
together.
and there you go, zombie.
Well, he did all of that to fulfill Sakura's dream of becoming an idol.
Wow.
That sounds
oh my
like
God.
that sounds
He
like something that would
sounds-
happen.
He sounds wholesome.
That's something, alright.
Yeah.
I was thinking we were gonna get like a
He's-
dark Doom Patrol thing going on. Like he
No,
did all
it's
this for his
nothing
own
that
entertainment.
serious. Although, funny enough, too, there's an episode where Zombie Sakura, she has a mental breakdown, and she literally gets hit by the same exact truck in the same exact spot.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It'd be kind of funny if that happened.
And funny enough, too, the place that they're staying in, that's actually Sakura's old house from episode 1.
Wait, really?
She
Yep.
doesn't
Wow.
realize that.
Oh, doesn't she forget?
Oh, you know what? You're
Yeah,
right.
she has amnesia, so...
I was gonna say, I was under the impression that she didn't remember anything from her past, aside from the fact that she's in the
That's a
Saga
plot point that's
Prefecture.
throughout the season. She has consciousness. She knows that that she was once a human and that she was is a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
But unlike the other zombies, she has no recollection of her past life as a human. But she
Yeah.
has like flashbacks that she keeps seeing, and it's a plot point whether or not she can get her memories back.
Oh,
Interesting.
that accident must have done some damage.
Huh. I'm trying to think. I thought there was something else I wanted to ask or say, but I can't really remember.
Hi, Houdini.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts about this thing?
No.
Hello?
We're still here.
I hear you.
Okay.
All right. Well, then we might as well talk about what we're doing next time. I'm putting up the list. Got to see what we got here.
It's, I believe, Gab's choice next.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Great
was
teacher Onizuka.
Okay. Did we figure out what the actual? Because there were multiple series of that, I think.
Great teacher Onizuka. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna look because there is that show actually has like a lot of episodes, depending on like the series. So we got to figure that out real quick. Meantime, I guess let's talk about other stuff while we're figuring that out. What else going on with everybody else?
There is only one actual, like, anime series, but
Okay.
there were multiple television dramas.
Okay.
So, there are 43 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it split into like 2 seasons, or is it all one big chunk?
Let me check real quick. Episode list. The episodes are not separated out.
Okay, so it's one big
So-
chunk of like how many episodes?
43.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was not aware.
How do we want to break this down, or do we want to change it?
So the series basically, so they use 5 pieces of theme music. We could split it up based on the openings.
Okay.
So that would be episodes like 1 to 17, and then the other half would be episodes 18 to 43.
Okay, we could go for 1 to 17, see how that goes, and then if we want to continue on after that, we can keep going.
Yeah, we can do that.
How many episodes a week do we want to do?
We can probably do, like, 3 again? It'll probably
Yeah.
take us a while to get through it, but...
Yeah, but we could probably split it up and after 17 do something else for a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
who knows if we may also say no to that one, so who knows if we'll actually go
There's
on
always a
with it.
possibility of anything at this point. We've said no to 2 shows in a row, so yeah.
Well, I mean,
Next-
this was kind of the purpose of this podcast
That was- yep.
format. So,
Yeah.
Find things we like and find things, I guess, we don't.
And you know what's funny too? The studio that made this show, it made the very first show it made to the Abandoned Sacred Beast.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Interesting.
okay.
They don't seem to do well in our book. Alrighty, well, now we know for next week. Watch
Yep.
the episode 1 through 3 of Great Teacher Onizuka. I believe it. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, there was a dub of this back in the day with Steve Bloom as the teacher.
Ooh.
So I'm probably watching the dub. I don't know about everybody else. I feel like
mean,
that's
if
not a
Steve
surprise.
Bloom's
I always
involved,
go
yeah.
for the. I always go for the dub anyway. Oh, all right, that's it. Watch that. If you enjoyed Zombieland Saga, check it out. You don't have to go with what we say. And if
Yep.
you haven't already, watch Katana Gatri. Yeah. So. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!